You support LGBTQ?
We do support LGBTQ Palestine.
Fortunately, I am against of LGBTQI, and
Okay,
I
yeah.
make sure that on my every podcast and show.
You don't know who you are when you're a teenager. Become an adult, and then they can decide who they want to be, and no judgment towards
That is definitely wrong if you're just trying to counsel the young minds.
Yes.
It's not just transgender, that is Khwaja Sra. They're born with it.
Born with it.
That is
Yes.
different.
We do support a lot of things like LGBTQ and Palestine. So
You support LGBTQ?
yeah, Ireland does. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, Ireland's a big supporter in that. Like, just people's voices were, number one supporter for Palestine, which is very proud because it's something that's a horrible thing that's going on in the world, and I'm just very proud of my country that they stand up and speak up for people. So that's something that men and women both do, and it's not so much like women have to work; it's they want to work. I think it's just the culture. Like, I mean, my mother, she was raised a very strong, independent woman, and always taught me to be independent, never rely on a man. So that's my upbringing.
So you mentioned LGBTQI,
Mm-hmm.
and fortunately, I am against of LGBTQI, and
Okay,
I
yeah.
make sure that on my every podcast and show.
Yeah.
So we mention it because
Mhm.
in Islam it's prohibited.
Yes.
And
yes.
somehow I'm just have a conversation on a very neutral note. I don't want to advocate this to you. Your beliefs, you're entitled to your belief, your thought. That is totally all right. That's very human.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to explore this because whenever I speak to somebody who supports LGBTQI in Pakistan, they get very offensive and they get defensive. So
Because of Islam,
because
yeah.
you married to a man, which I mean, I know your sexual orientation is very straight and you like opposite gender. So
Yes.
you are the right person to explain me this, or we could have a conversation.
Yeah.
So let's say that in fashion industry, men being into men is common these days, and women being interested
It's
in
always
women.
been common. Yeah.
So, I mean, does it make sense to you?
I mean,
How does it make sense to you?
the thing is, I don't know. I suppose being Irish, we're very open-minded. I mean, obviously,
Being open-minded is fine. I'm just saying, that, does it make sense to you?
I don't know if it makes sense. It's kind of like saying, someone's of color and someone's white. It's kind of the same thing. It's just neither there or here. You know what I mean? Like, I understand the what you call it, the science behind it. Men are built for women, and they work together well because women are emotional, men are physical.
We can have family.
Yeah, we can make a family, and
By
that
the
makes
end
sense.
of the day, any woman or man who getting into a relationship wants to start their own family.
Of course.
So I mean, men being into men, I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
I mean, I have so many friends that are lesbian, gay, transgender, and I love them so much, so dearly, and they're the most beautiful people I ever met. And
but that is not the answer. What
Yeah.
I'm just trying
I mean,
to
I don't,
have a
I
conversation.
don't think, like I said,
Loving your friends,
Yeah.
that is a personal thing. Sexual orientation is their personal thing, right?
Yeah.
But having demanding for an acceptance
Making
is an
sense.
issue. It doesn't make sense to me.
I mean, there's a lot of things that don't make sense.
Example,
Yeah.
I have no objection when something is being happen in private. So your sexual orientation, keep it to you. Why do you want acceptance from us? Donald Trump, the only reason I love Trump is that in his victory speech, he said that there are no other sex than male and female. And, we need to understand this. For example, there's a new concept that, it's been taught that if you want to be a dog, you can live like a dog. And London is somehow the advocate of that. So if I am born straight, the nature says for the longest time that we get attracted to an opposite sex, to an opposite gender. Somebody who's born with something which is not a man is different. But if you're a man and your society is giving you some sort of an counseling and to your child, to your kids, that is all right. If you born like a boy, it is not required that you can live your life like a boy. If you want to live like a female, that is you have a right and you can go into certain sort of an operation and you can get it operated and you can be a female. Is this really make sense to you?
I think it does. I think, like, obviously it's very difficult for them because they get so much hate towards their choice and how they are. Like, there's always been transgender people. Like, when I did that beautiful mosque, the famous one where you do the tour, I got a VIP tour of that whole area, and there was a building for transgender people, and this is hundreds of years ago.
Which area?
I forget the name. You know, the famous
Mughal,
one with the sound
Badshahi
system.
Mosque.
That one. I see the names.
But for that is not just transgender. That is Khwaja Surat. They're born with it.
Born with it.
That is different.
Mm-hmm.
So this LGBTQI thing is giving a right to a man to get an operation, to get operated, and to become a female. So my problem is, if my son is born like a male, there is no need of telling him that you can live like a woman as well.
I mean, it's like, it's different if, you know, they're influenced to be these things. Like, it has to come from within. If you deeply feel that you want to be a man or a woman, or your sexual preference, like, that's deeply personal. And I mean, I don't know the ins and outs of everything with that situation. Like, when at home they're forced to wear women, like, some people make their children wear female clothes who are male. Like, it's there's a lot of different weird things going on.
I'm just trying to understand.
Yeah, I think
isn't this bizarre?
I mean, that's bizarre. I think definitely children who go through a procedure as serious as that's wrong. I don't believe in that. I think that's 100% wrong.
So LBGT is somebody who allows you.
Yes, I think there should be an age limit, because you don't know who you are when you're a teenager.
I mean,
you're
teenagers are like water.
Yeah, water.
Whatever utensil you're going to put in, they're going to adopt that sort of a shape. So, providing counseling at a school level.
Yes.
And, this rainbow color has somehow now become a taboo thing because they have associated with LGBTQI diversity.
Yeah.
So, diversity is something else.
Yeah.
If somebody is born a certain way, having an acceptance towards that person is totally fine. But if you're born like a woman and you can become a man, then there is a problem.
Yeah, I think it's deeply personal and it's their own journey. I just think definitely wrong to let them do that when they're young, because nobody knows. So I think definitely let them grow up and become an adult, and then they can decide who they want to be, and no judgment towards that.
That is definitely wrong if you're just trying to counsel the young minds.
Yes.
But if somebody is a grown up and if somebody born with certain sort of a sexual orientation,
that's different.
If that person is keeping it to themselves, that is totally fine.